Welcome. Welcome to Module 2. Now that we have a high level understanding of the project's architecture, we are going to zoom into the first layer, the user interface. In this section, we will explore how we built the entire visual part of the application using Jetpack Compose, Google's modern toolkit for building native Android UIs. Let's look at the agenda. We will cover the Jetpack Compose at high level. Then we'll cover building our main screen, which is search activity.kt file. Then we will understand how did we connect this UI to the logical layer or MVVM. And then we will do practice of making live changes to the code of this UI. Okay, so before we look at our code, it's crucial to understand the fundamental shift that Jetpack Compose represents. The old way of building UIs on Android was imperative. You would write a list of step by step instructions. For example, find this text box, now change its text. Find this button, now disable it. This was the old way. This often led to complex code that was hard to manage. Compose is declarative. Instead of giving steps, you simply describe what the UI should look like for a given state. So you say, if the state is loading, show a progress bar. Or if the state has data, show a list of data. That's it. Compose handles the rest. This simple idea drastically reduces bugs and makes our code much cleaner. Now we'll look in the next step the building blocks of composable function of Jetpack. So let's look at the building blocks of our application, the composable functions. The fundamental building blocks of a compose UI are functions marked with the at the rate composable annotations, which you can see on the left hand side of our screen. These are just regular Kotlin functions, but they have a superpower. They can describe a piece of UI. For example, in this example, the greeting function describes a simple text element. We can call other composable like text, button, or column inside our own composables to build a complex screen from these small reusable pieces. Everything in our application or on the screen which you see is a composable function. Now on the right hand side, if you see this is a code snippet from our search activity.kt. What it is doing in this code is it's first checking for the status of user, and while it is doing, which is user status.loading, it gives a circular progress indicator. That's the first code after when. The second code is user status.trial and user status.subscribed. In any one of these cases, the application goes to the main search UI. The user will reach that page. If the user status is expired, which is the next line of code, it will take the user to paywall screen to subscribe. After this, we will look in detail of how to use these composable functions.